Hi, welcome to ALC. I'm Irene. This is the first of my car not present reviews. Thanks to Corona, I can't really go out anymore and get cars as much as I used to. And also, due to the fact that I don't have access to all kind of cars, I decided to be making this kind of videos, without the car being present. So, I'll just pick a car, talk about the car, use pictures and probably videos to explain things I like and things I don't like about the car. I hope you find them educative enough. In this particular one, I'll be doing to my very good friend Ryan. He has a YouTube channel, R32 Gaming. I will put the link to his YouTube channel in the description below, so please subscribe to his YouTube channel. He's really supportive and we discuss about cars every time. I really like his company. You'll learn so much from him too.
Hello guys, and welcome back to another video. Hope you're all doing absolutely amazing. But today is a special kind of video. Me and my good friend Ayo from Nigeria, the Ayo's Cars channel, are going to present this lovely thing to you, which is on the screen now, which is the Koenigsegg Gemera. Now we're going to review it and tell you what's good about it. There's not really much bad about it, to be honest, as you'll hear. And then at the very end, I'm going to give it a score out of 50, see where it goes on the leaderboard of the cars we've currently done, which is only actually 2. Oops. But apart from that, should be quite interesting. But let's get right to it.
First of all, Koenigsegg is a highly respected high-performance supercar manufacturer from Sweden. They are known for super and hypercars such as the Agera, that's the Koenigsegg Agera, Koenigsegg Regera, and Koenigsegg Jesko, to name a few. They have a lot of other lovely cars too, so you can check them out, Koenigsegg. The Gemera has been on the mind of Christian von Koenigsegg since 2003. Christian is the owner and CEO of Koenigsegg. So he said that in 2003, that's like 2 years after his first son was born, he was thinking and searching for a family car that sits 4 and can still tear the racetrack. And don't worry, the Gemera delivers. Like, it really delivers. We'll get to that. The Gemera is not your regular sports car or regular whatever car, race car. Nah, the Gemera is none of those. This baby does 0 to 100 kilometers per hour faster than the Bugatti Chiron, and that is mind-blowing. Like we said earlier on, it sits 4 comfortably and has just 2 doors. It's labeled as a Mega GT, so Koenigsegg is now responsible for introducing a new category to the vehicle categorization, and this is known as the Mega GT.
So the Gemera is Koenigsegg's example of what's called a Mega GT. In my opinion, it's not the first Mega GT, because in my opinion the first Mega GT was this, which is the Bristol Fighter T, which was a 1017 horsepower Veyron killer with the engine at the front, rear-wheel drive, manual gearbox in the middle, and it had two. It was a 2-seater, but 2-seater GTs are still GT cars. But apart from that, let's not get bogged down with the Bristol Fighter T, because Bristol's bust. But the Koenigsegg is a Mega GT, which is a hypercar or mega car, which is a car that can do more than 400 kilometers per hour. That's also a GT car, so it's luxurious. It can carry people in comfort, which the Gemera carries 4 people in comfort. But 4 people is obviously a lot to carry in a tiny little mid-engine supercar, but it pulls it off, and it's mad how it does. As you can see with the pictures here, you can see you've got the back seats, which obviously have a lot of legroom and everything inside, so it's kind of weird how they do it.
We all know GT means or stands for Gran Touring, and in Italian, Gran Turismo. And GTs are cars made for long distance trips with emphasis on performance, comfort and style. I guess the mega part comes from the fact that it produces 1.27 megawatts of power. That is equivalent to 1700 horsepower. That is a lot. Don't worry, it's actually a lot. This car excites me. And yeah, it's super duper fast. Like I said, it sits 4. The top 10 cars, or maybe even 20, are close to 0 to 100 kilometer dash time, are all 2-seaters. So imagine this is a 4-seater that performs wonders on the track. It's a performance hybrid. Enough with the hype. Let's get into the things that make up this awesomeness of the car. This is a family-friendly hybrid hypercar, and this baby does 0 to 100 kilometers faster than the Bugatti Chiron, which is a 2-seater, and this one seats 4 people. The Gemera is made with a very strong carbon fiber monocoque chassis, which gives it a very rigid and stiff mold, and it has a really solid feel. Like I said earlier on, it's a high performance hybrid, meaning it has 2 power sources, an internal combustion engine and a battery that produces or provides power or juice to electric motors. There are 3 electric motors, one for each rear wheel. and each one produces 500 horsepower and 738 foot-pound of torque, totaling 1000 horsepower and 1476 foot-pound of torque to the rear wheels alone. The third electric motor produces 400 horsepower and 369 foot-pound of torque, and it's attached to the engine's crankshaft. So the electric motors alone produce 1400 horsepower and 1845 foot-pound of torque. This brings us another amazement of the Koenigsegg Gemera, the engine, nicknamed the Tiny Friendly Giant, or TFG.
It's a 2-litre twin turbocharged inline 3-cylinder
with free valve technology, meaning it doesn't have camshafts and all those slow things. It just uses solenoids to open and close the valves. More about the free valve technology later on.
And this on its own produces 600 horsepower, by the way. That's a lot. It's called the Tiny Friendly Giant for the reason that it's tiny. It's also friendly because it's eco-friendly. And it's also a giant because it produces 600 horsepower. Wow.
It's a carbon dioxide neutral family vehicle. The engine runs on biofuels such as methanol or like volcanol, or generation 2 ethanol or E85 ethanol, and you could also use petrol if you don't have access to those biofuels. The engine, like I said, is a 3-cylinder, but it produces 600 horsepower and 444 foot-pound of torque, thanks to its free valve technology. For those that do not understand why I said this engine is an amazement, let me do a quick comparison. The Mercedes-Benz M177 engine is a 4.0-litre twin turbocharged V8 engine, and it's the engine found in most of the new AMGs, you know, the S63S, C63, C63S, E63. It's a powerful engine. And the BMW S63 engine found in the new M5, X6M, X5M, and all those other powerful BMW vehicles is a 4.4-litre twin turbocharged V8 engine. The M17 from Mercedes and the S63 from BMW are both powerful engines. They are both turbocharged and they are both V8s, and they produce 641 horsepower and 625 horsepower in their highest variants. But the Koenigsegg is a 3-cylinder vehicle and it produces 600 horsepower. Do you understand what I'm saying now? Do you understand what I'm talking about? About it being an amazement? If you still don't get it, most powerful 4-cylinder vehicles have their horsepowers within 300 and 300 and something horsepower. And Mercedes just introduced one last year, like in 2019, the M139 engine that is found in the CLE 45, A-Class A45 AMG, and it produces 416 horsepower. It's just 400. That is a 4-cylinder, and this is a 3-cylinder that produces 600 horsepower. So I hope we get the message. The engine and the electric motor attached to it, like attached to the crankshaft, both send power to the front wheels. So, you know, like I said earlier, the 2 rear wheels have electric motors on each of them, powering the rear. So the front gets power from the engine and the electric motor attached to it. And that is 600 horsepower from the engine and 400 horsepower from the electric motor. That is 1000 horsepower going to the front wheels as well. So that is a total of 2000 horsepower. Sadly, due to losses in gear ratios and things like that, the Koenigsegg Gemera produces 1700 horsepower, which is still a whole lot. 1700.
That's enough to get this aerodynamic and sleek supercar from 0 to 60 in 1.9 seconds and to a top speed of 402 kilometers per hour or thereabouts, which is 250 miles per hour. That's why it's a mega car. Obviously, it's ludicrously fast.
The almighty Bugatti Chiron does that 0 to 100 km per hour dash in 2.4 seconds, which is slower than the Gemera.
Now, that top speed of 250 miles per hour is exactly the same as Koenigsegg's other hybrid hypercar that's not like can't be separated from its batteries though. It's got a KERS system like a Formula 1 car or the Ferrari, and that is the Koenigsegg Regera. Now, this car is also slower from 0 to 60 being rear-wheel drive and has less power. So how can Koenigsegg's most insane car, with a single-speed gearbox as well, be slower than the conventional just GT car with 4 seats? I know, madness. But obviously, like, the car is what it is. It's very fast, so...
It's a 3-cylinder, but the exhaust growls and sounds menacing, thanks to the Akrapovic titanium exhaust system. This is a mid-engine vehicle, and as a result...
You've also got 2 boots. You've got one at the front and one at the back. And that's enough to carry 4 massive suitcases for each person. So you've got the luggage for all people who are in the car.
Talk about practicality. The car can be driven strictly on electricity up to a top speed of 350 kilometers per hour. and it has a range or distance of 50 kilometers in electric mode only, after which the engine will come on and support the battery, charge and support the battery. In hybrid mode, the car has a top speed of 250 miles per hour or 400 kilometers per hour and a range of 1000 kilometers. And to aid this car's driving sportiness and performance, it has all-wheel drive, all-wheel steering, and all-wheel torque vectoring. See my other videos to understand these terms. Enough with the performance figures, let's go into other aspects of this lovely vehicle. Looking at it, you can see Koenigsegg vehicle language, for those that know, like the wraparound windshield, the curves and edges. As you've most likely observed, the car doesn't have side mirrors. Instead, it has cameras in place of the side mirrors. And on the inside, there are screens on the A-pillar being fed with images from the two side cameras. The doors are another marvel. They are dihedral, they open upwards. But this particular one is called the KATSAD, meaning Koenigsegg Automated Twisted Synchrohelix Actuation Doors. They are really long and large and open upwards. With the doors up, you can get into the rear seats without having to move your front seats forward. It's a really wide door, so there's no B-pillar. It's just really wide and gives you easy access into the rear and the front without adjusting the front seats. Once inside the Gemera, you are welcomed by 4 seats, all nicely padded, soft, large and comfortable. There are 8 push-down cup holders, 4 for the front, 4 for the rear, and each passenger has a hot and a cold cup holder to themselves. So you can have your ice cream and your coffee and put both of them inside there. There's also wireless phone charging in front and at the rear. Both rear seats have ISOFIX points in them. ISOFIX points are holders for child seats. This is truly a family car. Imagine taking your child on the racetrack, watching daddy or mommy racing. Lovely. Sadly, there will only be 300 units made and it starts around $1.7 million. So if you can afford one, I would advise you book one now before it gets too late, because a lot of people are actually going to buy this. The Gemera is going from 2 Swedish words. The first one, ge, meaning to give, and mera, more. So the Gemera is Koenigsegg's way of giving us more in sports, hyper, super duper cars, and they have given us more. This is the first ever 4-seater hypercar. It's also Koenigsegg's first 4-seater car, and it's a very powerful car. It's the most powerful 4-seater ever made.
It's actually the most powerful Koenigsegg that's road legal at the moment. Even the Jesko isn't as powerful. That's got 1,578 from a twin-turbo V8. Now, that puts into perspective how fast this car is. You can see how beautiful it is. Apart from, I think it looks a little bit like a Porsche Cayman from the back, but other than that, it is incredible how fast this car is now. So you'll notice I am in here, I'm in the bedroom with all of the cards. You can see we've got the 124 collection here, we've got the 164s down here, and all of the others. And there's quite a lot of shelving, so he's obviously got some down here as well. So I decided to think this was a nice background for you.